Hello and welcome to this video. In this video that I promised to make a long time ago, I am going to compare this Omega Seamaster 300M and this Tech Heuer Aquaracer 300M. Right at the beginning of this video, I have to state that there is a significant price difference between these two watches. The MSRP of Omega is about 1200 euros more than MSRP of Tech Heuer Aquaracer with stainless steel bracelet. So regarding the price, these two watches are not direct competitors, but there is a lot of similarities between them, and I also think that a lot of people who want to buy their first good or better watch, or they want to buy a nice diving watch, considered one of these or maybe even both of these. So I think that comparing these two watches generally makes sense. But because of this price difference, there is not going to be a final conclusion saying that one is better than the other, but maybe I will help to figure out for who is it worth to pay extra for the Omega and for who it makes sense to buy Tech and maybe save some money. So let's take a look. The dimensions of these two watches are basically identical. Both have 41 mm 316L stainless steel case with brushed and polished surfaces. Both are around 12.5 mm thick. The only dimension that is different is that Omega has 20 mm lug width and the Tech has 21 mm lug width. I only recently found about that, and I also wrongly stated in my Tech review that the lug width is 20 mm, and I also apologize for that. So as you can see, the Omega is on a stainless steel bracelet and the Tech is on a rubber strap, but we will get to that later. The both have screw down crown, 120 click unidirectional rotating diving bezel with ceramic insert. There are engraved numerals on Tech, and the numerals are flush on the surface on the Omega. Crystal on both watches is sapphire. Inner and outer anti-reflective coating on Omega. Inner anti-reflective coating only on Tech. And there is no Cyclops on Omega, and as you can see that there is a Cyclops magnifying date at 3 o'clock on Tech. Let's move on to the movements. The movement in Omega is Calibre 2500D based on ETA 2892-A2 with Omega coaxial escapement, 3.5 Hz, 48 hours of power reserve. In Tech Calibre 5, there's obviously Calibre 5, which is ETA 2824-2 or Salida SV200, has 4 Hz and has 38 hours of power reserve. Both watches are now very accurate. Omega makes less than half a second a day, and Tech now also makes around half a second a day under my using conditions, but is not so consistent as Omega. So I've been very lucky with both of these two watches because there are mechanical devices and the accuracy is also a matter of luck. The Omega has more power reserve. I measured approximately 52 hours, and the automatic winding mechanism happens to be more or appears to be more efficient. It only needs a few wearing hours during the day to keep running. and the tag actually has stopped twice under the same conditions because I wasn't wearing it enough. Movement is in the Omega is also more worthy because it is, we can say, like half in-house, and tag only takes the Salida and swaps the rotor. All are fine movements, but I have to say that the movement in Omega is generally better, and the time setting, date setting and winding also feels smoother on the Omega. So now let's take a look at the finishing of these two watches. So the Omega is beautifully finished, especially the sides of the case. There is this signature polished part that is also on the Speedmaster. The brushed surfaces are very nicely done. The transition between polished and brushed part, especially on the crown side, are beautifully done, really. The crown is beautifully done as well. The surface finishing is probably the aspect where Omega is just class about tech. But the tech is also very nicely done. There is a lot of details here as well. Also very nice brushing and polishing, especially on the edge of the bezel. That is really nicely done. So I would say that finishing is exceptional on both of these two. So I'm satisfied with that. We have quite interesting dials on both of these. On Omega we have a lacquered dial that looks amazing in sunlight, and there are these 3D stripes on tech. I think that they make the watch look much more worthy than the plain dial would. There are applied 3-dimensional indices on both of these two watches. Omega has almost a Submariner layout and skeleton hands. Those are carried over from the original version, and those are a bit of a controversial part of this watch, but I like them. And on the tech there are these pronounced large indices. Some say that they are too big, which may be the case, but I also think that they make this watch look special, and they also make for a great legibility. There is a blue and green luminova on both of these, so there is another similarity. On tech it lasts a bit longer, not because it is higher quality, but because there is simply more of it. But also on the Omega, low light visibility is probably better than you would think, judging by the size of the hands. The bezel has a ceramic insert on both of these. It is becoming a standard for like better diving watches these days, but it is jet black on tech, and on the Omega it changes color in the sun from like gunmetal gray to jet black. Now let's move to the strap and bracelet. Unfortunately, I don't have a stainless steel bracelet for the tech, so I really can't compare it, but this is how it looks. It's the new style H-link bracelet BA0928. The links are held together with pins rather than screws, which makes sizing a bit more difficult. But fortunately it comes with machined clasp rather than the stamped one that we can find on Formula 1 series, and it also has regular micro adjustments. It also comes on the new textile strap. It's a textile and rubber strap. I like it very much, and I would also like to buy that one in the future. And this one is on the rubber strap, as you can see, and I really love this rubber strap. For me it is one of the best parts of this watch, definitely. It's very comfortable. It's also quite flexible. The inner lining is yellow. There are these vertical straps that copy the design on the dial, and here is the dual button quick release clasp. I bought this watch on the rubber strap mainly to differentiate it for the Omega, but I have to say that personally I like it also aesthetically much more on the rubber bracelet than on steel bracelet. And I also like it on the textile strap a lot, as I said. The Omega comes with the so-called bond bracelet. It is the only option, but if you really want to put your 300M on an Omega rubber strap, you can get Planet Ocean rubber strap, but it is gonna cost you a lot of money. As far as I know, it costs like $280, and the clasp will set you back another more than $300. So the bond bracelet is a 5-link style, mostly brushed with centerpieces partially polished. It is very comfortable because it is flexible. It is held together by these tiny screws, but it is not easy to adjust the length. The screws are tightened like hell, and you need the right size screwdriver with a large handle so that you can get a good grip, and then you can unscrew it. And I upgraded this bracelet with a adjustable clasp, which makes me able to adjust the bracelet length on the go in 2mm increments, maximally by 1 centimeter. And I think this is an essential upgrade for every SMPC owner, because the regular clasp doesn't have any micro adjustments at all. Regarding the style, I would say the Omega is more classic style. There are some 90s design clues, like the bracelet and the hands, but I would say that it is very versatile, and you can also wear it with a suit, no problem. The tag has more contemporary design. I think that it is more sporty, more avant-garde, as the name of the brand states. I love that they kept this octagonal case shape that original 2000 series tag had, so it reminds us of history of the brand as well. The rubber strap definitely decreases the versatility, but with the stainless steel bracelet it will be just fine to wear it almost with everything, in my opinion. So this is how the tag looks on the wrist. This is 41mm, and I think that this is the perfect size for me, as I said before in the tag review. And here is the Omega. So generally I am happy with both of these watches. I love to wear both of them. I rotate these two on a daily basis. I almost don't wear any other of my watches anymore. So I consider lucky to own these two, and I hope that you like this video. If you would like to ask me something, you can put it in the comments. I also made a separate videos on both of these watches, so you can watch those. And in the next video I will probably show you some of my more affordable watches. Maybe this Citizen BY0000. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.